Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am back and today I'm going to give you my predictions for WrestleMania 42. Yes, it has been a crazy year for WrestleMania. And plus, Liv Morgan just got injured, so wait until I talk about that later on in the video. Anyways, since I'm here, let's begin. And I do have to agree with CM Punk of what he said last night. Lower the prices on those tickets so everyone can see CM Punk beat down Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Yes, that predictions for that match is coming on in a later date. Anyways, let's begin. Let's start with our Divas Tag Team Championship match, which is basically going to be the Kabuki Warriors, which is going to be Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. Oh, Alexa, stop. Nia Jax and Lash Legend and the Bella Twins. Easy. Bella Twins are going to win the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Yeah, it makes sense to have the Bella Twins win this match because they just came back. Nikki Bella just came back in September, or was it October? I think it was September, yeah. 2025. And kind of makes sense to have the Bella Twins compete in this match and to win the titles. I don't think Asuka and Kairi Sane are going to win this match because they have a feud with, it's not really a feud. It's mostly to see will Kairi agree with Asuka or will she agree with Io Sky. And to be honest, I'm not surprised if Io Sky is in WrestleMania just to interfere with the women's tag team match to make sure that Asuka and Kairi Sane does not win the title belts. As for Nia Jax and Lash Legend, I think it's about that time to really wish the title belts from them. I don't see them winning the title belts again later on this match. And as for Charlotte and Mrs. Bliss, no, I don't see them winning the title belts either. I'm pretty sure it's about time to separate them because I still think that Nikki Cross is going to interfere in this match. And maybe it's going to happen after the match, but I'm predicting that Nikki Cross is going to interfere and beat up Charlotte, and Mrs. Bliss is going to team up with Nikki Cross because Mrs. Bliss knows all the moves of Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. And it had to make sense because she was originally supposed to be in the Wyatt Six. And plus, she had teamed up with Nikki Cross over the years. So it had to make sense not to let them win the title belts again. But anyways, yeah, my prediction is going to be the Bella Twins. Anyways, now it's time for our Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch versus AJ. To be honest, this rivalry has actually been really good. I actually like the promos that both Becky Lynch and AJ have been doing with each other. But the problem is, it's not really about this match. I did hear that most people think that this storyline is getting stale. And I don't see why. I don't think it's actually that bad. But, to be honest, I actually like this storyline with Becky Lynch and AJ. But yeah, maybe add like a stipulation around it. If I had to guess, probably like a no-holds-barred match. Becky Lynch did mention something about Inferno, so we might get a first ever women's Inferno match, which is really amazing. We've never seen one before. Well, if you're playing WWE 2K26, then probably. Anyways, the problem that I actually have with this is that the United States Championship is not really getting that much prestige, even though that Becky Lynch and AJ have been working in the WWE for like a while now. And the only problem that we have with the Women's United States Championship, ever since it was introduced back in 2024, is that it's not getting that much acknowledgement. We've been seeing wrestlers win the Women's United States Championship, such as Julia, Chelsea Green, Mia Yim, also known as Michin, whatever her name is now. I'm just gonna call her Mia Yim. And most of the women who win the United States Championship were basically jobbers. Well, actually, all basically jobbers. So, to be honest, I think it's about time to change up the United States Championship division. Maybe add a little bit of more WWE superstars in NXT to fill up the gap of the Women's United States Championship. I'm pretty sure if they give the title belt to Charlotte, or probably like Bayley or Rhea Ripley in the future, then it would have more prestige, it would have more acknowledgement. But since that SmackDown doesn't have that much women in that are in the mid-card division, and to be honest, Mia Yim is now in a stable with Jade Cargill and B-Fab. So what are we gonna do with them? It kind of makes sense. Like, if you want to keep the title belt, I should probably be saving this for later on in the video. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it would make sense if either B-Fab or Michin would still be in the Women's United States Championship division. I do know that they had a rivalry with each other, but still. We don't have that much divas in the SmackDown division, and that's probably the problem with the SmackDown Women's division for both the WWE Women's Championship or the WWE United States Championship for the Women's division. So if they decide to add more women into the SmackDown Women's division, then maybe the Women's United States Championship would get more acknowledgement. Anyways, who do I think is going to win this match? Let's do AJ. I can definitely see AJ retaining the title belt. Maybe have like a few more matches, probably like 2 more matches. If they want to continue this rivalry in SummerSlam, probably make like a Hell in a Cell match, because we did not have a Hell in a Cell match in 2025. So yeah. Now it's time for our next match, which is Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. They're probably going to give the belt to Rhea Ripley. Yeah, to be honest, I have heard rumors saying that Jade Cargill is not really a good World Women's Champion. And to be honest, she hasn't been defending the title belt that often. I don't remember the last time that she's been defending the Women's Championship. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense to give the title belt to Rhea Ripley. What are we going to do with Jade after this? Well, like I said a few minutes ago, they'll probably focus on more of her stable, which is Michin and B-Fab. And I can definitely see those two winning the the tag team championships of the women's division. But like I said, we don't have that much women in the SmackDown women's division, which is a huge problem if you have 2 title belts in the women's division. Anyways, yeah, Rhea Ripley's gonna win the title belt. And yeah. And now it's time for our Women's World Championship belt, which is Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Ventura. So anyways, last night on Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan and Roxanne were heading a promo backstage until they got their butt handed to them by Stephanie Ventola. And now, Liv Morgan has a concussion. Roxanne Perez is fine, but Liv Morgan, she has a huge bump on her head. So this match may or may not be cancelled. There might be a possibility that this match would probably get cancelled because she has a huge bump in her head, and plus she has like a major concussion right now. And that's basically a problem because we just had the Women's Royal Rumble match back in January, and I'm kind of worried saying that the Women's Royal Rumble match would be useless because of that, and I don't want that to happen. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble is going to go after a title shot at WrestleMania. But how are they going to make this work if Liv Morgan is out of commission? Well, they can do the same thing like they did with Mr. McMahon back in 1999, saying that whoever was the second woman to get eliminated can't go to WrestleMania. So probably either Sol Luca or Tiffany Stratton. If I had to guess, probably they'll probably go with Tiffany again. Yeah, I know. Most people already seen Tiffany versus Jade fight each other. But to be honest, I think it's probably for the best. Or maybe they might go with Sol Luca. Who knows? Anyways, if I had to choose, I'm pretty sure they might use Roxanne Perez. So I'm pretty sure they might go with that. They might not go with that opportunity, but there might be a possibility why they might go with Roxanne Perez for the Women's World Championship. Then, if that's the case, then that would mean that Roxanne would have to leave the Judgment Day, because they might want to turn one of them face. If I had to guess who would turn face, it would definitely be Roxanne Perez. But we don't know what's going on with WWE right now, and plus we only have a few matches left, and plus we only have like a few episodes left for both Raw and SmackDown before WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is next week, guys. So it's kind of tricky right now. They're probably going to announce it on SmackDown on Friday. Maybe not SmackDown. They're probably going to announce it to Monday Night Raw next week. So yeah, we don't know who's going to win. Who's going to